Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 1. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, now before I get started, just in case you didn't watch my Real Housewives of Atlanta video, I am under the weather. That's why I sound like this. We're going to get through the video, okay? All right, y'all, just making sure everybody knows so y'all don't be like, what's wrong with you, Roxanne? That's what's wrong. All right, feeling better, just not at 100%. Anyway, you guys, the show starts with us seeing Kanan sitting on the beach, okay? And he looks like he is contemplating life. And we hear the grown-up Kanan, which would be 50 Cent's voice, speaking over, doing the voiceover and basically saying that it don't matter how far away you try to get away from the game is always there, okay? And I guess Kanan is speaking on his own situation because we see Rock is there to pick him up. Remember, Kanan had went to the grandmother's to spend the summer. Now, we thought at the end of last season that Rock was sending him away, period, okay? But now it turns out that no, she only sent him for the summer and she's there to pick him up. And it's time to go back. So Kanan is in the house and he's packing his stuff and his little cousins is there. And one of them is saying how, you know, he gonna be the man and he gonna move to New York or he gonna, you know. And basically Kanan was just like, I would rather stay here with you guys. Now it seems that in the summer, these 3 months that he'd been out there at the beach in the summer, he done came to some realizations, all right? So it don't look like Kanan wants to leave. Now we see Rock talking to, I guess this is probably her sister. We don't see the granny, but the sister is saying how Kanan has been there. He hasn't been a problem. She could actually put him in school there. He could go to school out there and everything. Like, you don't have to take him back. Didn't you say that it wasn't even safe for him there? And, you know, Rock is just sort of like on that, no, this is my son. He needs to be with me. He's coming home kind of tip. I already feel like we're going to start to not like Rock. It was starting at the end of last season, but now that we got into this season, I just feel like, she is going to definitely be the character that we are not going to like. It's going to be kind of like the same situation with Ghost. So not real pleased with Rock bringing the boy home, especially after he then shot his daddy and she put him up to it and all of that. You know, I'm not really feeling Rocky right now. So anyway, the aunt tells Kanan, you know, tells him bye, gives him a hug and a kiss and tells him that he can come back anytime, you know, and make sure that Jukebox knows it too. And speaking of Jukebox, we see Jukebox back home. She's visiting her girlfriend at the grave. I said, poor Juke, she still ain't got over losing her girl. But anyway, you guys, jumping over to Detective Howard. Is that his name? I don't know why I can't remember what that man's name is. He been in the hospital for 3 months, okay? Remember, he got shot by Kanan. Apparently, he has, I was about to say pneumonia. He has amnesia, and he doesn't remember anything that happened the night of the shooting. I was like, bullshit. You know, the doctor is telling his partner how it is sort of surprising, but then dependent, you know, because of the shit that he's been through, you know, it's very likely that he could have amnesia about what happened that night. Now, the partner is skeptical, okay? But, I mean, what can you go by? I was just like, we'll see. So, you know, of course, when she wheels him out of there, they're wheeling him out. All the people are clapping, okay? This is a cop that, you know, survived the odds and didn't end up dying, succumbing to getting shot out there on them New York streets. While Rock is taking Kanan back to the city, she's telling Kanan how the detective, you know, he did survive the shot. However, he doesn't remember anything about that night. Kanan was just like, what if he sees me around the way? You know, Kanan is concerned and scared and nervous about this whole thing. And Rock was just like, don't worry about it. I got you. And I'm just telling you, for the life of me, I can't understand where this new, you know, her being so adamant of trying to get him out the game last season to now she just wants him to be back in it. I'm not feeling it, y'all. I'm not feeling it. Anyway, the detective's partner brings him home. And what a dismal home it is. I was like, that ain't no shit to come home to. It's all stale and dirty and ugh. He was just like, I gotta get in here and clean up and, get back to his regular life. Actually, not his regular life, his new life. He said that he died. While he was in the hospital, he saw himself. He had an out-of-body experience, and now he's just ready to get back to being a better person. This is a brand new version, a second chance at life for him. So he's about to be a whole new person. Okay, he don't remember what happened that night, and he gonna move on with his life. Well, the partner was just like, but the person that shot you is still out there. All right, aren't you concerned about that? Like, I am concerned about it. He was just like, I can't worry about that, baby. I got to live my life. Okay, so no, he's not worried about that. Because he knows exactly who the fuck shot him. Okay, even though he gonna keep up with this amnesia mess. So he ain't concerned about it, girl. You can go on and leave. So she leaves. Now, Kanan back in the city. The shit ain't changed. Rock is driving them through. She's seeing the corner boys getting hemmed up by the police, and she was just like, them niggas ain't gonna learn, okay? The corner shit is dead, all right? Rocky got a whole new operation going with these projects, okay? She takes Kanan to the projects, and she was just like showing them, like, look at the lookouts up at the top of the building. She was like, they can see everything that's happening in the neighborhood. They already know some shit about to go down. We make sure that we basically cover ourselves. She goes into the project with Kanan. And when the people see her, they all straighten up, okay? Straighten up and act right. She pushes the button to get on the elevator. They don't even get on the elevator with her. They let her have her space. And Kanan is looking around like, why they didn't get on without us? And she was like, you'll have to ask them, okay? But we already know that Rock is the HNIC up in there. And so she goes up to her apartment. Rock is basically telling Kanan how she's got everything on lock, okay? Basically, they run everything through the projects. The police don't come in the projects. So they basically have just free range in the damn projects, okay? And that she's scoping out different places because they going to grow their business straight through the projects. So she changing the whole game. And you can tell that Rock is proud of herself. She just a smiling and a smirking and everything. And she at the apartment, we got Marvin there. I said, oh, the brothers still work with her and everything, okay? Shit worked out fine for Rock. Now we see her brother Lou, and Lou and his girlfriend Jessica are arguing about what else but her brother Fame. And apparently Famous ain't quite necessarily got what it takes to be famous, okay? They thought that he was about to be this star, but it didn't work out for him. And now the nigga done lost his oomph, and he's out there smoking weed every day. And Lou was just like, I'm not going to be trying to push this nigga as an artist if he can't even get his shit together. He ain't writing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. Of course, Jessica always, fighting for her brother and wanting to make sure that he looks out for him and all of that. Lou is over it. Okay? He tired of arguing with her and everything. So he get in the car and he leave. And when he's driving, he just so happens to pull up next to a woman at a red light and she's singing. And I guess Lou liked her voice. I was just like, she don't sound like nothing special to me, but child, she was singing over one of Lou's beats. And so, he tried to get her attention. She ignores him, or she didn't hear him or whatever. She takes off and he follows her and he cuts her off. And, she's like, I got mace. Okay. And he was like, no, mama, it's nothing like that. Okay. I just wanted to, talk to you. You was singing over one of my beats. And she was like, that's the reason why you almost killed me. He's like, I'm not almost killing you. I want you to come to my studio so that you can come sing for me. Okay. So he gives her his card and she's all looking like, oh, I said, wasn't that a coincidence, girl? I guess many of you guys who are trying to get discovered should start singing out the side of your window and see if somebody, discovers you that way. Now, Marvin's girlfriend, the white chick, Tony, she done skipped town, okay? And so that was the witness, I guess, that was going to be on his case. Well, now that she's gone, the lawyer is telling him, all you got to do is you either got to go to do community service or you can go to anger management classes. Them is your choices, okay? And so Marvin, of course, don't want to do neither one, but he was like, sign me up for that damn anger management class. I said, yeah, you need some anger management. But whatever, you guys, at the apartment, the operation is in full action, and you can see how it is all going down. And of course, Rock is back at the head of the family. I mean, she never did leave, you know. She's talking to her goons or whatever, and they're telling her how the people in the apartment buildings have been complaining about, you know, the hallways smelling pissy. And she was just like, look, this all got to work out, okay? Go on and let's mop the damn floors every couple of days up in here, okay? If a motherfucker feel like they need some groceries, go buy them some groceries. If, you know, some old folks need help getting their medication, let's make that happen for them. But this only can work if everybody is happy, okay? So at least while Rock is there, you know, she's going to try to make some positive changes as she's selling drugs in the neighborhood. Lou comes in there late as usual, and Rocky was just like, I mean, you could be late every damn day. You just don't give a fuck, huh? No, Lou actually doesn't give a fuck. I think we found that out at the end of last season, but he's still there with Rock. Scrap is still there, okay? And then we find out that Scrap has a gambling problem. Didn't know about this gambling problem, but I guess that gambling problem is gonna find Scrap to some problems this season. Now later on that night, everybody is at Rock's house, okay? It's clear that Marvin and Lou still don't see it for each other. Jukebox is still not talking to Marvin, even though Marvin is trying to talk to her like, hey, Juke. Okay, he hasn't seen her in 3 months. She was like, I just saw you a few weeks ago at somebody's barbecue. And he was like, yeah, but we didn't get to talk. You know, you think maybe we'll be able to talk? And she was like, I ain't got nothing to say to you, okay? So poor Marvin, I think he didn't burn that bridge. Juke don't seem like the most forgiving person anyway. And apparently Juke has been staying with Rock while Kanan was up at the beach. They sit down for dinner, and now that Kanan is home, Rock tells him, like, you know what? You here, it's all about family. We didn't even have these dinners while you was gone those 3 months because you wasn't here. If that seat was gonna be empty, then we wasn't gonna do it, okay? But we all together now, and this is all that it's about. They all got their differences or whatever, but we still family. So Rock is still trying to hold everybody together. Afterwards, like I said, Juke ain't got it for Marvin. She don't want to talk to him. Lou apologizes to Rock, says, I know that I've been, you know, kind of slacking lately, but, you know, I'm still here. And she was just like, yeah, nigga, you all about that label. And nigga, if you ain't making money from the label, then that's just a hobby, okay? So you slacking off of real work for a hobby. Like, how much sense does that make? So Rock is still mad at Lou. She gonna eventually push Lou away. All he need is to make sure that his label makes some money, which is probably where old girl that he just met on the street comes in. Now, speaking of the label, we see Jessica fussing at Famous, like, okay, I can't keep arguing for you if you ain't gonna do what you need to do. You know, you still smoking weed and everything. You ain't been writing. You ain't been doing nothing. And he was just like, what the fuck I got you for? I thought the fact that you was fucking the, you know, the owner of the label, that, you know, that was gonna help me out. And she was just like, excuse me, fuck you for talking to me like that. Like, I've been trying to be in your corner the whole time. And Famous was just like, whatever. He don't want to hear nothing else from his sister. So he leaves there and he walks down to Kanan's house. Kanan is outside talking to Juke on the porch. Juke went out there to have a cigarette because I guess Marvin being there done ran her nerves bad. So she's talking to Kanan out there, and Kanan is telling her how, you know, maybe he don't want to be a part of this whole thing with the family business and everything. You know, that he was able to get to the beach, clear his head a little bit. And Juke was like, we shouldn't have had you do what you did. Okay, that shit was wrong. And have you talked to your mom about it? And he was like, no, because Rock ain't gonna understand anyway. And then that's when Fame walks up, you know, sees his old crew, and we got Detective across the street watching from afar. Unique is about to get out of jail. And, you know, Unique has got a special bone to pick with Rock because they framed him for trying to say that he shot Detective, right? So it's about to be some drama with that. At the same time, we see Scrap. He's at a gambling, you know, he's at some gambling party or something with his mom being there, or maybe it's at his mom's house. And then the police come in and arrest everybody. So I'm not really sure where all this is going, but Scrap's gambling problem is going to be a downfall. Unique get into a fight at the jail right before he's about to get out. I was just like, what are you doing? Why are you fighting these people? I thought that was going to buy him some more time, but I guess not. And then we see the detective, I guess after he finished spying on Kanan and them, he goes to the station because he ain't had shit else to do. And, of course, the men are all happy to see him. They all joking around with him and everything. And then he sees his partner. And the partner is telling him how she's still following up on these, all the shit that happened, him getting shot. And, of course, he's trying to cool the partner off of that. Why are you just so hell-bent on finding out about this, okay? He telling her that she can't fuck it up. And she was like, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna fuck it up. But she got a good eye on Detective. Detective still has a partner who's just always in the business. She's gonna be his problem, okay? Now jumping over to Rock. We see Rock. She's at dinner with Symphony. Y'all remember him, her boyfriend, okay? And she's thanking him for getting Kanan out of town back 3 months ago. I said, girl, you ain't talked to this man in 3 months. Apparently not. While Kanan's been at the beach, she ain't talked to Symphony at all. So I guess now that Kanan is back, she decided that she was gonna thank him. I said, girl, you do this relationship thing all wrong. You could tell that he likes Kanan. Kanan really likes him. So, they go through the little dinner or whatever. But when Symphony and Rock has some time alone, Symphony tells her how, look, I don't know what happened that night. Kanan didn't tell me anything, but he did sound scared, okay? And he did say some things that lead me to believe, like, you need to be careful with Kanan. Like, he needs to be protected. Like, he shouldn't be in the shit that you are in. And I'm starting to feel like he don't really want to be there. And of course, Rock, okay, with a big dick, goes and tells him how that's her son and don't nobody know her son better than her. And, she ain't gonna listen to nobody trying to tell her about her son and everything. And Symphony's just kind of looking at her like shaking her head like, girl, you don't know your son. All right, the boy is scared and you done pulled him into this shit. And maybe you need to listen if he says he don't want to do it. That's what Symphony want to say, but he don't say all of that because Rock is a whole hard ass and, So anyway, while they're having that conversation, then Kanan walks up. So, of course, it cuts everything. But Kanan is not realizing that there's some tension between the two of them. Symphony was like, okay, well, I'm going to see y'all around. And when he walks off, Rock is still looking back at him like wistfully. Like, I said, girl, you don't even need to be in no relationship. Because you just gonna fuck it up, girl. So just leave it alone. Now back in the studio, we see Jess and Lou and Fame there trying to get that shit back on track. Quincy is there too. What's his name on the show? Quincy, Albie Sure's son. He's the one on the show. Anyway, they trying to work with Fame and see what they can come up with, but then Lou got his new protege, okay? Old girl shows up and he was just like, this the one right here. Ziza, I think is her name, and she can sing, both Fame and Jess are looking like, who the fuck is Ziza? So Lou puts her in the booth and, she's singing and Lou is sitting there looking at her and looking mesmerized by her voice. I was just like, it ain't all that, Lou, but I mean, I guess. All right, and they kind of making googly eyes at each other. I said, Jess, girl, your days is numbered. You better hope your brother gets some sort of deal out of all of this. But I guess I can't worry about Jess because then we see Jess is fucking Quincy, which we had already kind of suspected last season. Now we actually see it in action. She is messing with Quincy. Child, Fame ain't gonna go nowhere. And that Luden already moved on to Ziza. Now we see Marvin. He goes to his anger management class. Now his lawyer had told him that he could just go to the class, sign in, and leave. Okay, so that's what he tries to do. But oh no, the lawyer didn't tell him that he was gonna have this really cute and sassy and don't play no games anger management counselor who is not gonna let him just sign in and leave. Okay, and so when she see him trying to get out of there, she was like, sit your ass down. Okay, you can call your lawyer all you want, but you here for anger management class, so sit your ass down. I said Marvin and this woman is gonna be messing around with each other. I can see it coming, and maybe Marvin needs somebody like this woman in his life. And then lastly, you guys, Kanan is in his room, and Rock comes in there with her warm glass of milk. That's what she used to do for Kanan when he was smaller. Okay. And then she sits down with him and she was like, son, you haven't really talked to me. You know, I can tell that there's some things on your mind that you want to talk to me about. Go on and open up. You can let your mama know. I'm still your mama. I'm still going to listen. So he tells her, like, I don't know if this family business thing is for me. I thought that's what it was. I thought I was supposed to have to take care of you. You know, I'm your son. I'm old boy's son. What's the man name? The big drug dealer, Mega Kingdom or whatever his name was. I'm his son. You know, he just automatically thought that that's what he was supposed to do. But once he got out to the beach, he was able to clear his head and he realized that, you know, maybe this whole drug and murder thing ain't for him. But the shit messed with his head, shooting that cop. And he thought he was supposed to do what he was doing, but now he realizes that he can't really protect her. And she was just like, no, you're not supposed to protect me. I'm supposed to protect you. And I'm doing all of this for you, for us. All right, if you're not happy, then none of this stuff means anything. Now, while they having this conversation, her phone is steady going off or her beeper or whatever. And, but she's ignoring it because she's trying to talk to Kanan about it. But he was just like, why don't you just go over there and answer your phone? Okay. So she answers her phone or the beep or whatever it is. And then the next thing we know, we see her in the park where the detective got shot. And she kind of pacing around, and then here come around the corner, here come the detective. So like I said, the detective has not forgotten what happened. He's just protecting his son. And then, of course, we see Unique get out of jail. And Unique looked like he ready to take on the world. So it's about to be a war between Unique and Rock. Okay, what did 50 Cent say? You come out the same way you went in. Come out the same nigga you went in. And Unique is going to have he got a bone to pick with Rock. All right, you guys, that is it. We'll be back to the regular videos and the regular energy next week. About to get these videos edited and up and just relax for the rest of the day. And see you guys, I guess, for top of the blogs later on in the week, okay? Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.